Hello, and welcome to the Sacred Path podcast. I am your host, Priscilla Bernstein, the Soul Alignment Specialist. And in this podcast, we will literally be talking about all things of the soul journey. So, whether that be your spiritual path, sacred plant medicines, healing, transformation, sacred sexuality, divine union, soul alignment, manifestations, and so much more. We are literally covering it all, and we are going deep, 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 as well as far and wide. We are really going to be quantum jumping and helping you understand not only what it means to be living in your sovereignty and within your divine self, but what it means to actually live a life on purpose and a life of fulfillment while you are following your soul purpose and soul mission in this life. So get ready, buckle up, enjoy the episode, and we'll see you on the other side. Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Sacred Path. Today just happens to be August 8th, and it is the 888 portal. We are in a year, 2024, that is an 8-year. So this is a very potent and powerful and yet spicy portal for manifestation, for creating a new way, a new paradigm, a new path, and a new life for yourself. Because this 888 portal is happening during Mercury retrograde, it's adding a little spice to the mix. So there's going to be, over the next few days, week or so, there's going to be this like synergy of things from your past surfacing. This may be old versions of yourself. This may be, tests on, how you would have reacted in a past way. This could be an old ex or an old friendship coming back to ask for forgiveness or to communicate with you. Really use your discernment and allow yourself the time. You can always get back to somebody after Mercury retrograde is over, but use your discernment and understand that everything's happening for a reason, for your soul's evolution, for your growth, for your own good. And so this may be hearing out what somebody has to say and then using your discernment, using this newfound power and where you're at and setting healthy boundaries. This could be hearing what somebody has to say or asking them to, like maybe they'll leave a message, and using your discernment and understanding whether or not you even want to engage with them, right? Like it could just be closure for you. It could be something that you maybe needed to hear, or it could just be, to help them find some sort of peace within themselves, whether you give them any sort of response or not. So just know that that is all kind of in the mix. In Mercury retrograde, this is also a time when we, Mercury is the planet that rules communication on Earth. So our technology may be glitching. Things may happen where, you meant to send something to someone and you send it to somebody else, and have to say like, oops, sorry, sent that to the wrong person. This is actually meant for somebody else. It could be delays or shifts in travel plans. Anything that technology touches pretty much and communication can be affected during this time. And we will be in this till I think about the 28th, and we started on the 4th. So we've got a little bit of time here, plus the shadow period afterwards. We'll still be feeling the residuals of Mercury retrograde after that for 2 weeks. So, with all that being said, we just came out of the new moon on the 4th as well, and this new moon was in Leo. New moons are a time of inception, of planting seeds, of getting clear on what we want and manifesting, on setting new actions and desires and routines, into place. And so that happening right before and building up to us coming into this Lionsgate portal, this is a time when if you are clear on what you want, this is your invitation to utilize this day and the coming week to really anchor in, commit, and say yes to the things that you are desiring, to what your heart and soul are wanting, to dream big, to get a little delulu with your dreams, like expand past where you think you can go, expand past what you even know is possible. Literally stretch it as far as your imagination can go. It is okay to be delulu. If you know any Leos, they are big, they are boisterous, they are loud, they are passionate about things, and they put their all into it. That is really what the energy is calling for, is for you to put your all into the things that you are desiring, your dreams, your manifestations, and what you are setting in motion. Not only is the Lionsgate portal a powerful time to manifest, but it is also a powerful time that is helping the collective quantum leap. So over the next 10 years, this is going to be a really pivotal time. What we are really planting seeds with today and stepping into today is really going to continue to keep building over the next 10 years. I've been getting this download for quite some time now about this 10 years being very, very significant in our collective consciousness, to the human race, and to really what is happening here on Earth. We are anchoring into this 5D reality. We are anchoring in a new Earth, and it is up to us. If you follow me, if you are one of my tribe, you in some way, shape, or form have some sort of higher calling. You have the ability to lead others, to share your medicine, to share your gifts, to instill change, and to help the collective in some way, shape, or form. And so really, whatever it is that you are investing your time and energy into, and utilizing this time to be intentional with what you're creating and where you're wanting your quote unquote legacy to go over the next 10 years, this is your time to get clear on it, to commit to it, to really double down and not only say yes to yourself, but to anchor into the fullness of who you are and betting on yourself 1,000, 1,000,000%, 1,000,000,000%, right? Like we got to get as stretch as far as we can even imagine. But it's like, how can you commit not only to having your back no matter what your circumstances are saying, no matter what anyone is saying? If you believe so wholeheartedly in that dream or that desire without a shadow of the doubt, and you know that it is going to happen because it is in your heart and it came from your soul and the depths of your being, of a desire that you and your soul are wanting, you know that's coming into fruition. So now your job is just to commit to it and to bet on yourself, and not, put really blinders up to anyone else's opinion, anyone else's judgments, anyone else's, advice, really, because if it is out of alignment with what you're feeling called to do, then it is out of alignment for you. And we as humans are really understanding this. We are getting to a point in time, and I feel like this Lionsgate portal is really supporting the collective consciousness and the human race and understanding their truth, their authenticity, of really stepping forward more powerfully into their authenticity and truth, and allowing them to, or supporting them into really believing in themselves. So I don't know about you guys, but over the last couple of months, I have been really anchoring in not only to a very, very deep, peaceful place within myself, but have gained so much clarity about what I'm doing, how I'm sharing, what I'm giving to the world, where I'm wanting to go, what I'm wanting to do, how I'm wanting to do it, whether I've enacted all of it or not. I'm gaining so much clarity, as well as getting more and more embodied in my power, in my sovereignty, in my truth, to where I have literally just laid down the hammer on, in many different areas of my life where I'm like, absolutely not, no more of this, no more bullshit. I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm not taking that from you anymore. No, thank you, And I've done so from a place of love, not only for myself, but honoring my value, my worth, who I have stepped into being, who I am, and where I know I'm going in this lifetime, right? And so I'm literally just speaking for myself here, but I have seen too other friends and family members really kind of stepping into their power as well. And so this is just that this is a beautiful moment in time, if you will, that these cosmic events are really supporting us. Burp confirmation. It took a minute to come up, but they're really supporting us in pushing ourselves forward and into our own spotlight, to being the star of our lives, to knowing that where we're feeling called to go, what we're feeling called to do, how we're feeling called to speak and share our truth is all relevant. It's all necessary, and it is leading us to our highest path. And so, wherever you have been, whatever you are going through, and whatever you are stepping into, it is all leading you to your higher path, to your soul's evolution, and to this next level in life. I feel like so many of the people in my collective are really going through a massive ascension and up leveling right now. More and more, I'm seeing people step into their power. More and more, I'm seeing people step into their authenticity and share their truth in a way that is no nonsense, zero bullshit. There's this. It's like a coming of age story for humanity, and we are really. It's a time of reclamation ultimately. And we are really stepping into our truth, our power, and our sovereignty as a result, as a human race and as a collective. So if you found this podcast, there is something in you that was ready to not only hear this message, but you are in your ascension and up level right now into your most authentic version of yourself and your highest timeline, your truth, your path with purpose, right? So, in the grand scheme of things, because we have this 888 portal, I have felt the call to offer a 888 Lionsgate Portal happy hour that I am offering this evening, and it is through the link in my bio via Join the Soul Tribe. This is on my Patreon. You have to be a paid member if you would like to join us and gain access to that. If you can't join us live, you can always sign up and get the replay that will be posted on the page. You will have access to that as a paid member as well. But you we are doing not only a guided meditation and energy clearing to get your nervous system down regulated and ready to not only receive the channelings and light language activation that I'm going to be bringing through, but we are going to be doing a guided ritual, manifestation ritual to really help you not only get clear on what you're wanting, where you're going, but doing that from this place of steady peace, groundedness, and a regulated nervous system, because we have to be regulated and feel safe in asking for the things that we want in order to manifest them. So if you would like to join us, please do that through my Patreon link. If you are going to my website, it should be linked at the bottom right hand corner. If you are on my cosmic newsletter list, I have it linked in my latest newsletter. And if you are a follower of mine on Instagram or TikTok, my bio link has the link to it straight. And if you are just going to type it into your browser, it is patreon.com/Priscilla Bernstein. So I hope to see you there. But this is a very powerful time, a very potent time, and a beautiful time, not only in human history, but in the grand scheme of the collective consciousness. We are stepping not only into a modernized industrial age, in technological age, but industrial age too. Like, a lot is going to be shifting over the next 10 years when it really comes down to our structures, our foundations, the way we do everything in the world. Everything is going through a reformation right now. And when I talk about this time being a reclamation, not only for humans, but the collective consciousness and Earth, it is this all encompassing thing. Everything is interconnected. And we are feeling more and more connected to the collective. We are feeling more and more connected to our bodies and our souls. And we are feeling more and more connected to the Earth. And this anchoring in and amplification is really elevating us into where we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to do, and how we're supposed to do it. So, really trust your path, trust your intuition. So many people's superpowers, I like to call them, but extra sensory abilities are coming online. So whether that is your clair abilities, whether that is telepathy or your intuition, all of these things are heightening right now and coming online and getting stronger for those of you that have some of these abilities already. So don't be surprised if over the coming weeks and months you are having more ear ringing, having more ascension symptoms, needing more rest, feeling like you cannot get enough water. There are so many ways in which, if you're having a lot of headaches, like all of these are ascension symptoms. And when we have these ascension symptoms, it's literally just, kind of an indication for us to just rest and receive, to go outside and become one with the earth, ground our energy, to connect with and be in the sun, to embed our body and our DNA with these new light codes that are being flooded on the planet, and giving ourselves time and more downtime and spaciousness to be alone, to be in our own energy and in our own field of energy, so that we may receive without any sort of interference. I know this can be difficult when we are in relationship or when we have kids, but the more time that you can carve out and have that alone time, even if it's just 15 minutes, every day, it will really, really help you come back to center, come back to that place that is just your own. And anytime, if you can sleep in a little bit, if you're needing that, or going to bed earlier, rest is really, it's not a luxury anymore. It is a necessity. And if you're in this collective, you know the power that rest can have. It's funny, my voice is getting kind of scratchy. I don't know if you guys can hear how my voice has changed, but ultimately, I think a lot of people are going to be stepping into their truth and being asked to share their voice, to share their truth, to share their medicine, if you will, for lack of a better term. But any sort of message or experience that you've had, as you share that, it becomes medicine to people that are hearing it. And so I feel like so many of you, your throat chakras are coming online. Your truth is wanting to come out. So pay attention to how you're feeling called to do that. Burp confirmation again. So whether that is through the written word, whether that is through speaking and sharing your voice, whether that is through a combination of the two, making videos, doing podcasts, having some sort of blog, or even doing in-person stuff, right? Like it can go in a bunch of different directions, but you need to pay attention to where your soul is calling you, where your guides and angels are leading you to, and what you're feeling called to do when it comes to sharing your medicine, sharing your voice, sharing your truth, because the collective needs it right now. And if you're hearing this and you got a lump in your throat, just like, ooh, I don't know, that is I can affirm this 1000% as truth because I went through it too. But that is your kind of swift kick in the rear from spirit to tell you, like, yep, this is exactly what you need to do. So about 5 years ago, I was asked to start to share my voice. And it was around this time of the Lionsgate portal. And I was down in Mexico staying with friends. And while I was down there, I got this download. And my guide said, "You need to start doing more videos." And I was just like, ugh. And I did not want to do videos. And so I wrote a lot. I didn't feel comfortable in front of the camera. And then I started to push myself, and it took a few years, but I started to push myself and get in front of the camera more. And then I would come off for a while and then I would come back on, but now I'm doing it very consistently when it comes to TikTok. And it's easier for me. I really like to write because I like to be able to choose the words that I'm using and speak eloquently, because sometimes I don't always speak so eloquently when I'm speaking and vocalizing. Um, I say like a lot, I say a lot, it just, I am channeling the whole time. So it's unedited and unfiltered, but at the same time, I liked writing to be able to edit. And so it's only now that I'm feeling very confident, not only in myself and my abilities, but in what's coming through me, and sharing that in a way where I just don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care what other people think. I don't care if I say like a lot. I don't care if I say a lot. To me, it just doesn't matter as long as the essence of the messages coming through and the energy and power of it, if it lands and it resonates and you're getting something out of it, really that is all that matters to me, right? I don't really care how I'm like looking or presenting in that moment, because it's just like, this is the truth and authenticity of who I am and where I'm at and what I'm channeling. And I'm not going to be a perfectionist about it or allow myself time to worry about it, because life's too short, right? So, with all that being said, this is really a time that is pushing us forward in our own evolution, our physical and spiritual evolution. And so, whatever you're feeling called to do, however you're feeling called to share, and wherever you're feeling called to go, please listen to those intuitive hits and those stirrings that are coming up from within you. Notice if you're being asked to move about the planet in certain ways, to go certain places, if you're getting invited to certain things and you get really lit up about them, say yes to those invitations, not only from the universe, but from people, because that is your soul guiding you and leading you and telling you where you need to be. So many of the people in my collective as well are light workers and doing grid work. So every time you travel someplace, not only are you helping the Earth's grid in that area, but you are not only affecting people in that area with your vibrational frequency in a more positive way, but you are also gaining and accessing something from that area, whether it's through the Earth's grid, whether it's through someone that you have an interaction with. It really doesn't matter, but it's like you had to be taken out of where you are and taken to that area, or you have gone to that area to access whatever that information was. It could be just a piece of information, it could be a connection, it could be, an opportunity or some sort of blessing that you're getting. You never know, but when we really follow those pings and follow that version of ourselves that is excited, that feels expansive, that wants to say yes and jump in, when we follow that feeling and we say yes, we are aligning with our soul, we are aligning with our higher birth confirmation, our higher self, and the path in which we're being called to lead, right? And so with that, we are getting exactly what we need and giving and sharing what we need with certain people, certain places, and certain things by being taken out of the space we're in this moment, right? So follow your intuition right now and really not only commit and get clear on what you want, but double down on that and double down on yourself. Know that in your heart of hearts, in your bones, in your beingness, that what you are desiring is your desire for a reason, and it is available to you and it is coming, and it's a desire within you because whether you want to see it as source or God or the universe, it has put that desire in you for a reason. You have come here to fulfill that in this lifetime. And when we commit to that and we allow ourselves to really go all in and fully commit to ourselves, and we're in devotion not only to that desire but to ourselves and our abilities to create that or to receive it, it will come with more ease, with more swiftness. And it doesn't matter what other people are saying, what their judgments are, what their perspective is. If you hold that energy steady and secure of knowing that your desire will be yours, it will be yours. You may have to go through a lot of tests. You may have to clean a lot of stuff up on the way there. You may have to up level to allow yourself to really have and receive and hold whatever that is. But just know, if you're trusting your journey, you're going to get everything you need along the way. And so, again, going back to what I said at the beginning, we can't doubt or fear it. We can't allow ourselves to come out or let anyone else get in the way of that. But if we are hella focused and 100% in alignment with it, committed to it, and are holding that energy very, very strongly, along with asking your guides and angels, your, spiritual support to support you in receiving it and bringing it to you, it will be yours. It will come. And so this Lionsgate, this 888 Lionsgate is your portal, your invitation to really get clear on what you want, to really double down and commit to yourself and to your ability to receive this. You may again have to do some work on your self-concept, on your self-esteem, on your worthiness of having this thing. But once you clear that stuff up, once you reparent and go in depth on your shadow work, once you've cleared that up, this stuff will continue to keep fulfilling. It's like a fulfillment center, right? The universe is like a fulfillment center. So if you're committed and you keep saying, I want this, and you keep being met with certain, you know, things like lack or limitation, you need to go in and say, like, where am I actually holding that lack and limitation? Where do I have a scarcity belief? You need to go in and work with your inner child and really dig deep. And, when you find the root of it, then say, okay, is there something else underneath that? And then give your inner child what they needed at that time. When did you first feel like you didn't have enough? Who was there telling you you weren't enough, or that they didn't have enough to get that for you? When you get that, is there something more? Is there something more? Going below, 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 as far down as you can go until you feel like all of it has been taken care of. This is a lot of information and there's so much stuff, but I'm just going to roll with it and post this because I feel like it's coming through for a reason. And I really will do a whole nother episode just on reparenting, healing your trauma, and working with the subconscious. So just know that that's coming. But for now, this is your time to get clear on what you want. This is your time to commit to yourself and your desires. This is your time to double down, not only on yourself, but to really set in motion the things that you need to do to start to prepare to receive these things, whether that's clearing out your closet, clearing out your storage room, clearing out your car, making space for the things that you actually want to come into being, and then to begin living as if it's already yours. You can't have a desire outside of you and just continue to keep thinking, oh, one day it will come or someday it will come, because every time you say that, you're keeping it separate from you. You're keeping it at an arm's length. You need to live as if it's already here, as if it's already yours and it's no big deal. You're like, yeah, whatever. I've already received that. I'm good. You may not physically have it in your reality, but in your mind, in your body, it already is. And so when you've anchored into that and you continue to hold that frequency very strong, the universe, aka the fulfillment center, will be like, oh shit, we didn't fulfill that, but she has it. So let's get that to her. And then that's when your manifestation comes in a very miraculous way that you could not have orchestrated yourself. Okay. So this is your time to play, to have fun, to really get clear on what it is that you want, start to clear out anything that you don't want, anything that is cluttered, that doesn't feel good to you, that's, stagnant in energy, that just like doesn't align with who you are and where you're wanting to go anymore. Like, again, clearing out your clothes in your closet is a huge part of this. Starting to buy new apparel and new things that actually do feel more in alignment with who you're stepping into being. Getting a haircut, styling it differently, maybe coloring it in a different color, doing something different that like really starts to initiate the change that you've been feeling within outwardly. And so as you do this too, you're just taking another step and anchoring into this new reality, this new era, this new paradigm, and this new version of yourself on this new timeline. Okay. And so the more that you are aligned with that new version of yourself, and the more that you are holding that vision and saying, it's already mine, it's on its way, like I'm not worried about it, and you keep walking down that path, literally you will have the biggest quantum jump, and everything will just come into that timeline for you, and you won't be straddling timelines anymore, right? Your reality will finally match up with the frequency that you've been holding through your thoughts, through your words, through your actions, and through the energy that you have been outputting. I love you guys so much, and I just want to say thank you to all my new followers. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here in my tribe in whichever way, shape, or form that you are in it. But these podcast episodes are so not only fun for me, but they are a way in which I can just like unload a channeling and give you guys this information without having to write it all out in a newsletter or make a video around it. It's just something that it's like, it just filters out, and I get to just post it and run with it, and you guys get what you need out of it. Always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Burp confirmation. And if you feel the need to listen to an episode again, you'll get something new out of it. What maybe didn't resonate before will resonate at a later date, or it may pop at, further down the line of like, oh yeah, I remember she said this and it didn't make sense to me then, but wow, that's really kind of exactly what I'm feeling right now, or exactly what I'm experiencing. So awesome. I got that information ahead of time, and now it's like popping. So, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful Lionsgate. Please be conscientious and intentional with how you are utilizing this energy, and do not feed into anyone else's drama around this time. This is your time to stay in your lane. Again, if you need that quiet time to just be alone and in your own energy, please fucking take it. It will benefit you very, very greatly. And because we are in Leo season, because we're in Mercury retrograde, allow yourself time and spaciousness before responding to anything. If it fires you up or triggers you, again, something to look at that you're needing work on. Turn that mirror inward, take the time to be silent, to stew it over, to notice what you're feeling, to uncover, and unpack whatever boxes need to be unpacked. And then when you are neutral again, come back for your response. There is no need to rush during this time. There is no need to, again, feed into drama or fight, but this is your time to really anchor into this new life, this new paradigm, and this new sense of self, your most authentic self. So let your freak flags fly, and know that I love you guys immensely, and just thank you so much for being here. And if again you'd like to join us on Patreon, that link is patreon.com/Priscilla Bernstein, and you just have to be a paid member to join us. I love you guys, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Sacred Path podcast. It is always an honor and a pleasure to share the wisdom, knowledge, and insight that I have learned on my journey and that others have learned on theirs. So please tune in, share, like, and follow, give us a review, and if you would like to work with me in any capacity, please follow the link to my website and either choose a sacred offering on the website or send me a DM. Love you guys. Hope you have a wonderful day.